The Chanyanya irrigation project aims to transform the area surrounding the village of Chanyanya, currently a dry and dusty subsistence farming area, into a year-round agricultural haven, producing a variety of crops for the benefit of the local community. This is Chanyanya village. It is located in Zambia, about 45 kilometers south of the capital, Lusaka. The people in Chanyanya are typical small farmers, relying on the rains and their labor to grow enough maize to feed their families. During the past years, floods and droughts have ruined their crops, leading to chronic food shortages. Many people are thinking about leaving. This project aims to reverse this trend, building on the area's fertile soils and proximity to a large river to develop a sustainable agricultural system, and so break the cycle of poverty and dependence. This video celebrates the groundbreaking ceremony for the Chanyanya irrigation project, which took place on October 9, 2008, in and around Chanyanya village. The Honorable Bradford Machila, the Zambian Minister of Lands, presided over the groundbreaking ceremony.
The community here in Chanyanya basically have put together a cooperative and have subscribed to the cooperative by contributing land, which is part and parcel of the pilot scheme that's being launched here with the pivots that have been put up in the background. Once the cultivation and the cropping starts coming through, it'll make this whole area self-reliant. For the last, over the last sort of 5-6 years, this area has required assistance from government in terms of food relief. With the onset of this particular project, this area will become self-reliant and in fact will be able to produce a surplus.
Central Africa enjoys two competitive advantages in agriculture: abundant supplies of fertile land and, in many cases, an abundance of water. Agricultural production falls well short of its potential. One of the prime reasons is a dramatic lack of dependable irrigation and farm infrastructure. Zambia, located in the heart of Africa, is crossed by great rivers like the Zambezi and boasting the Grand Victoria Falls. Approximately 60% of Zambia's 12 million inhabitants live in the countryside. Most are subsistence farmers surviving on less than $2 a day per family. In spite of its abundant resources, the lack of irrigation infrastructure and capital has prevented development of the country's vast agricultural resources. Zambia's rainy season is limited to a 3-month period, starting in December. During the rainy season, the rains are often too heavy or too light, resulting in floods or droughts. The uncertainty with respect to the rains prevents many small-scale farmers from borrowing to purchase seed and fertilizer, as one bad year can easily result in a total loss of crop and financial ruin. The chief headman of Chanyanya, Mr. Sikuka, has been a strong supporter of the project.
He has suffered continuously. This is the time he was born. Because of lacking of money. Because of lacking of food. That's why this project which has come, God is there.
The development of the Chanyanya project started in early 2006, when infraco was introduced to a group of farmers in the Kafue district of Zambia. Many development plans aim to improve the plight of smallholder farmers by focusing on seed, fertilizer, and training support. However, such initiatives do not extend the growing season, improve yields, or protect against droughts or floods. Only irrigation and proper farming techniques can achieve these results. As irrigation is an expensive element of infrastructure development, requiring large areas of land and high crop yields to be sustainable, smallholder farm plots are often avoided. Most of the farmland in Chanyanya produces low yields and is significantly underutilized. The average Chanyanya farmer owns a 5-hectare plot, but is physically limited to farming only 1 hectare, producing an average of 1 to 1.5 tons of maize per year. In comparison, nearby commercial farmers, utilizing irrigation and modern farm techniques, produce up to 8 tons of maize per hectare, for a total of 40 tons of maize, grown on the same 5-hectare plot. Infraco's first task was to pool individually owned land into a farmer-owned cooperative. 125 Chanyanya farmers agreed to combine their land into an area totaling 544 hectares. 80% of this land will be commercially managed by an independent commercial farming company. The commercial company will utilize center pivots for irrigation, producing wheat and soya. The remaining 20% will continue to be farmed by the farmers directly, but will now benefit from a dragline irrigation system and farming support. The farmers will continue to grow maize, but will be able to add vegetables, optimizing the use of farm labor. The cooperative has already teamed up with a local vegetable processor. Each farmer receives shares in the cooperative, which in turn will own an equity interest in the commercial farm operating company. This is an important innovation that Infraco has introduced to the smallholder farmers. Once all investment has been repaid, the cooperative will enjoy full ownership of the commercial company. To summarize, in return for leasing the farmer's unutilized land, the commercial farming company will pay for all the equipment and provide the working capital for both commercial and cooperative farming operations. The farmers were represented in each aspect of the development by their own project committee. For the farmers in Chanyanya, the benefits are substantial. Irrigation means that the farmers no longer have to depend on unreliable rains to grow their own food supplies. Irrigation and farming support mean they can significantly improve their crop yield. The project structure means that they will not risk losing their land, even if the commercial effort is unsuccessful. Moreover, the farmers now become equity owners in the commercial development of their land, thus building a future for themselves and their children. Implementation of the project required the acceptance of many changes in the farmers' way of life, and the project could not have been implemented without significant community acceptance and support. This sketch, performed by children of Chanyanya, demonstrated the initial farmer skepticism. Questions such as, if I give up my title, what will I get in return? Won't these outsiders just come and take our land? How will I feed my family when someone else farms my land? The local counselor, here represented by the boy who explains the issues to those who complained, has been instrumental in addressing community concerns, and he has successfully built a groundswell of support for the project within the village. The requirement for a large tract of land meant that a small number of farmers needed to be relocated. The new houses are simple, but represent a vast improvement over their current dwellings. For instance, the use of concrete slabs on which the new houses are built will prevent many diseases, particularly childhood pneumonia, which is caused by sleeping on damp mud floors. The final decision on the layout was left with the farmers. Morris Hikapulwe, the elected local district councillor, has been the driving force behind the project.
The community, have been trying to find ways of surviving. We think this will help, not only in Zambia and even Africa as a whole. We are available for help. God bless. Thank you very much.
In the end, the farmers recognized that as the project will take some time to repay its initial investment, the commercial benefits will really accrue to their children, who expressed their thanks.
Our parents may not enjoy the benefit now, but it's for our future.
The farmers in Chanyanya continue to celebrate, in the hope that in years to come, the project will transform the Chanyanya area into a green haven. Perhaps more importantly, success of the Chanyanya project will show that it is possible to utilize land owned by small farmers to produce commercial crop yields while retaining their direct involvement as farmers.